Seven Trumpets Prepper. He's had this video up for quite some time. I'm actually sitting here at the desk doing a little bit of work here today. And while viewing some of my older videos, looking, seeing, and assessing them, I actually came across his video. And what he was doing is actually explaining who are the true Hebrews. The reason why this video is unique is because this brother is a Gentile after the flesh, and he has a good, clear biblical understanding, which, the Messianics who practice collusion, as well as some of these people who want to be Hebrew Israelites. And, I don't understand the undertone of racism with a lot of these people who are Gentile by nature. You're born Gentile by nature. I don't understand this undertone of racism, or where y'all have trouble actually really truly admitting who the real true Hebrews are. It's just obvious from the scriptures. It's obvious from the renewed covenant writings. It's obvious from history, the historical perspective and viewpoint. It's just troubling. It's just troubling. Why do you people? I need somebody to answer me. Why do you people who are Gentiles, natural after the flesh, refuse to acknowledge this truth? What is it? What is it? What challenges do you have going on in your heart? I mean, after all, it's your people that has practiced replacement theology. It's your people that painted and repainted the images. It's your people that has rewrote and redefined history. It's your people that are the ones who have enslaved the Hebrew Israelites. And I just don't understand for the life of me. And I have this book by Time Life, what Hitler was teaching his generals about who the real Hebrews are. And of course, he quoted from this book once, and he was spot on. And there's nothing that he said that was false. My question is why do you people who are natural born Gentiles after the flesh, why do you have a hard pill swallowing the fact, and why do you choose to not speak to this truth, and why you choose to continue to keep covered up? Because it is the truth. I mean, after all, the reason why all of us are here is to represent the truth. People ask me all the time, what difference does it make? I said, you need to ask the people who made the difference, because it wasn't my people who made the difference. But I answer the question, what difference does it make, all the time with this statement right here? It's for the sake of honoring the truth. And if people cannot honor the truth, no matter what that truth may be, then there is a spiritual defect in them. And that's something seriously wrong whenever you run from the truth. Or either you practice collusion or marginalization simply because you don't want to speak to this because you have some jacked up feeling and emotion you can't come to grips with. Also, there are some people who have reached out to me from Polygamy HQ. Polygamy HQ. They asked me if I would be willing to do some videos and some teaching on the subject of polygamy. Now, I don't agree with the word polygamy. I agree with the word polygyny. It's still a Greek word, but polygyny is more accurate. I don't agree with polygamy. I don't agree with polyandry. I agree with the word polygyny. So they have reached out and asked me if I would be willing to actually make some videos to speak to the truth of this. And I said, sure I will. Sure I will. Hey, this is Pastor Dow. If it's truth, hey, you better believe I'm going to be out there on the forefront. I could care less because, this is another one of those subjects that even though people know it's biblical truth, they know it is the truth, but they dare not touch it. When it comes to the nature of the real, true bloodline Hebrew Israelites, who they are, the truth is the whites refuse to speak to this. You don't see too many white people out there on YouTube speaking to this truth. Only those who really truly have the spirit of truth in them speaks this truth, and they don't have no compunction about it either. Well, that is online running neck and neck with the truth of polygyny. You ain't got too many people out there that's willing to stick their neck out on the line and talk to this simply because of the way the society believes. And I told you, just Florida, just the other day in Florida, they just got finished passing the law. Supreme Court did that. What do they call this? let me just put it like this. Homosexual marriages is legal. I told you, all you people who believe in patriarchy, a biblical lifestyle, you don't have to do anything, because the homosexuals and their agenda is going to set everything for you. They're going to blaze the pathway for everybody. And again, so Polygamy HQ asked me if I would actually do some videos, and of course the answer is yes. I'm one of the few pastors, preachers and teachers that is willing to stick his neck out on the line for truth. And I don't care what the truth is. You know, this is the true test of a man of Yah. Is will he speak about the things, and will he speak truth to power about the things that people who really just want to press it down? Because you see, truth pressed down is going to rise to the top sooner or later. And when Yahweh, the creator of the universe, birthed me, I have the spirit of truth, and I'm not going to run from it. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to stand on that truth. And of course, the reason why that they want me to make some videos is because they can see and they can sense that I'm a fearless man when it comes to truth. I don't care what public opinion is. Public opinion, I don't care what the court of public opinion is. I care about representing Yahweh's truth, because Yahweh did not ask me for my opinion. He didn't ask me for your opinion. He has already clearly spoken himself on the subject of polygyny, and he said, I will not alter nor change anything that is gone out of my lips. So if you're ready to go up to the next level, if you're really truly ready to embrace truth, then you all stay tuned, because I'm going to speak to it. But I am sincerely inspired by a seventh prepper trumpet, a seventh trumpet prepper. I forget what his name is. I will include a link to his video down here below. So those of you who are somewhat on the fence and are afraid, for whatever fear it may be, this Gentile after the flesh, he's not afraid. He's not afraid to speak the truth. He knows who he is. He knows history. And most of you, I tell you what, do you have the stomach to embrace the truth, live the truth, preach the truth, no matter if it agrees with your personal doctrine? Your personal doctrine is totally irrelevant. Mine is too. Do you have the intestinal fortitude to stand on this truth? Well, I know he does. And I guarantee you some of these other people out here that you heard me mention on previous videos, let's hear them get out there and talk to this truth and see what they got to say. And let's watch all the tap dancing and all the apologetics and apologizing and everything else that they'll do. I don't know what it is, but I would like to know what is the main problem, the reason why Gentiles after the flesh do not like speaking about this truth concerning the real, true, biblical Israelites. That's one thing I would like to know. So answer me if you can, especially those of you who say you're preachers and teachers. You see, I'm telling you, there ain't too many Gentiles after the flesh I've got confidence in, unless they were taught by Hebrew, because most of these Gentiles were taught by Christian institutions. They were indoctrinated by Christian churches. So therefore, the residue of Christianity, it affects their nature, it affects their mindset, and it affects their influence going forward. Now me, hey, it's simple. Unlearn everything that you have to learn so that you might learn Christ. And it's just the truth. It's just the truth. And that's the reason why you don't see me jumping on bandwagon to this so-called modern Yiddish language that people call Hebrew, because it's a mixture between German and Hebrew. I lived in Germany. I lived in Germany for 3 years. I know what it sounds like. And I can assure you that the Hebrew language don't have no in it. They're Ashkenazi. That's what they are. And Nasah, I told you, he said it. How in the world can the Hebrews leave Jerusalem black and then centuries and centuries later come back white? He said, no, we can't accept you. Let's hear you Jewish people speak to this truth. See how many of you will acknowledge this. Because you're not the people. You just ain't the people. Well, I've got the message. And I'm carrying the message to the nations. And you nations should be glad that the Most High Yah has actually thought about you to raise up a preacher such as I, who just don't discriminate against people simply because you are a different ethnic background. That's the truth, and that's the true straight way. Answer the question why. I like to know. Then you'll test and see what's really in your heart.